Hi, my fellow Americans who love the country, who love our president, who are planning on voting in this next election. I'm Dr. Stephen Clark Bradley, and this is what I think. Yesterday, I was so thrilled when I was watching the president speak to the New York Police Department Union about their endorsement of him. Do you know, this is the first time that they have ever endorsed a presidential candidate for president. That's amazing. The first time. They've never ever done it before. And one of the things they said to him, they said, Mr. President, we've come to realize that we need you a lot more than you need us. It's a very powerful statement. They know that President Trump has done more for them than anybody ever could. President Trump has done more for our country than any president in our history. We've had very good presidents. Ronald Reagan, a real mentor of mine, is a great president. He was amazing. But I think Donald Trump, maybe he doesn't have the pizzazz and the smoothness that Ronald Reagan had. But he has much more power. And he stands up. And he lives in a day today that is far more difficult, with far greater challenges than we ever had when Ronald Reagan was president. I know in those days, I remember I was very young, and we thought we could be bombed at any time. But maybe we should long for those days, because we had one major enemy. And now we have so many enemies. We have Al-Qaeda, we have ISIS, we had so many. We have China, we have Russia. But I want to tell you, in my heart, I know for sure, and I'm sure you will agree with me, the greatest enemy that America has today is the Democrat Party and all the radicals on the left that are seeking to destroy us. First, to destroy the president and to destroy us. Why do they want to destroy the president? Why do they want to do that? I mean, I didn't like Barack Obama. I didn't like him at all. I remember I was in China when Obama visited China during the G20. And when he arrived, they didn't even give him a staircase to walk down on. They treated him very rudely. And it made me angry. I didn't like him. I didn't approve of him. I still don't. I still think he's a devil. But he was my president. He represented my country. And he deserved to be treated correctly and honorably as the president of the most powerful country in the world. I stood up for him, even though I didn't like him. But nobody will do that for Trump. Nobody. You know why? Because the only way the left, the Democrat Socialists, can ever take power away from us, take freedom away from us, take our guns away from us, take our liberty forever away from us, is they have to get rid of Donald Trump first. They know that. He is the wall that keeps it all from happening. He separates their ability to destroy us from reality because he won't let it happen. They have to destroy him first. So when they destroy President Trump, we all need to realize they're seeking really to destroy us, the American people, we the people. They hate us. They want nothing to do with what we believe. They hate the Constitution. You know, I heard this very evil woman, Kamala, however you say them, Kamala, I don't care. I'll say it the way I want. I don't care. But I heard her say for sure she's going to institute a mandatory buyback of our guns. I tell you what, I hope they try. Because if that happens, we all know it's civil war. We who love the country, who believe in freedom, who believe in individual liberty, who believe in the Constitution, will never let that happen. They'll have to kill us, and many of them will die, and then the war will be on. I think the left often forgets that in this great civil war that will ensue when they try that, the right has most of the guns. But like I said in the previous video, we can fight a good war. We can hold them off for a long time. But we can't eventually beat them. Can't. They'll win. They have all the power. They have the guns. They have the bombs. They have everything. So the only way we can defeat these people is at the ballot box. if we can defeat the socialist Democrats, I call them Democrat Socialists, that's what they are. If we can defeat them in this election on November 3rd, they'll be wiped out. If we can take both houses of Congress and the presidency, they won't be able to survive anymore. We will have won that war. And then we can start putting our country back together again. Donald Trump has appointed more conservative justices, judges throughout the judiciary of the country. In 3 years, not even one full term. He'll have over 300 by the time his first term is up. With that is a great amount of seating that he has done throughout the country, because that's the area that's the most important, because they're in there for life, right? They're in there for life. So we have got to continue that. And now we got to give him 4 more years so that those seeds can take root, so that they can grow forward and come up and blossom into freedom. Free air. But let's look at the alternative. If Joe Biden, this evil, weak, senile man, if he wins the presidency, he won't be president. Kamala Harris will be president, along with the rest of her cronies, the Democrats who ordered him to appoint her. She will be the president, and she will be the one instituting everything. And they'll get rid of him as fast as they can. Don't you find it interesting? The other day I read an article right after Harris was appointed vice president nominee candidate. Right afterward, Obama made a statement that started criticizing Joe Biden, how bad he was, and his ability, in Obama's words, to F things up, as he said. Why did they do that then? I mean, you would have thought that that's the time that you would have been supporting Biden the most, but he's out there speaking badly about Biden, and some of his people reporting what Obama has said about Biden. Why are they doing that publicly? I know why. Because they had Biden in there just to get control. And once they appointed Kamala Harris to the role of vice president, they can now have him go, and she can be the candidate for president. That's what they want. You watch. Greg Gutfeld on Fox has said it many times, and I actually agree with him. He doesn't think that that Biden will even be the nominee at the end on November 3rd, because he can't do it. I mean, they haven't taken one question from the press ever since they appointed Harris as vice presidential candidate. So there's so many strange things happening, and these are all, hidden away, wolves in sheep's clothing. But the Democrats, they don't even wear sheep's clothing anymore. I think the Republicans do that more than the Democrats. The Democrats aren't hiding anything. They're out saying what they're going to do. The only thing they're lying about is Kamala Harris. They're trying their best to cover up what she really is. She is no moderate. She is not a moderate. She is a radical socialist. And a socialist is nothing but a budding Marxist. And that's what she is. She's just evil. And if we listen to them, and if they win, you can kiss your beautiful, loving country goodbye. Take it seriously. This is real. This is not the cries of an old fool. I turned 61 yesterday, all right? But I'm not a fool. The man who's running for president for the Democrats is a fool. Joe Biden, I grew up knowing this guy, watching him every day. He was never a liberal like that. He has become this because he wants power. And he wants power, and they put him in that position just to get someone like Kamala Harris in there, who could then transform the country and fulfill Barack Hussein Obama's dream to transform America, to fundamentally transform America into the final goal that he had. He had 8 years and he couldn't do it. But if they win the Congress, in both houses of the Congress, if they win the presidency, America will never be the same. We've never been the same since Obama. Can you imagine what it will be with this woman who's far more liberal than Obama was? I think Obama was just as liberal. But he was president during a different time, and he couldn't reveal everything he wanted to do. He was a great liar, which liberals are, great liars. You know, people have asked me, why are the Republicans, why are they always so careful and try to be so upright? And the Democrats, they're in your face, they don't care. You know, the Democrats don't have a conscience. They don't. I'm not a Republican, okay? But I will sit here right now as an independent, all right, as a constitutionalist, and I will say here right now that Republicans have a conscience. They have more of a moral uprightness about them, but they forget that you got to fight fire with fire. And these Democrats, they have no conscience. They will lie right to your face, and they don't care. And after you say, well, you said this before, they'll say, no, I didn't. I didn't say that. How many things Kamala Harris said in the past, and now she's saying the opposite? That's why Donald Trump calls her a phony. She is. She's a phony, but she's a solid, believing Democrat Socialist, budding Marxist. Really. Lenin said that the goal of socialism is communism. That's the goal. Socialism will never exist except for the purpose of eventually turning into Marxism. And that's where we're going. Can you imagine what the founding fathers would think? This is part one of some videos I'm going to do for my YouTube channel, and I hope you'll enjoy them. The next parts are not going to be talking about what we're facing against those who hate our country, but I'm going to be talking to you about the things that President Trump has done. I just gave you reasons why not to vote for the Democrats. Now I'm going to try to give you in the next videos why we should vote for Donald J. Trump and all the things he's done. Love your country. You've got to love your country. You know, the sad thing about humanity, just like the old song says, the sad thing about life is you don't appreciate things until they're gone. You don't think our freedom can go away? You don't think the anti-Trumper, never-Trumpers on the Republican side and the Democrat Socialists on the left will ever do anything to save our country? They're all part of the deep state. And they don't care about you. They care about power. They care about money. And they care about control. They don't care about the environment. They don't care about you. Certainly don't care about your children, and especially they don't care about your unborn children. They care about power. But if you care about your country, it's really up to you and me. Now, I'm not famous. I don't even see myself as somebody great. I only do these videos for one solitary reason. Not for fame, not to be well known, but to make sure that my fellow Americans know what they're up against. What are you doing? Get out there and do something for your country. These are days of infamy. And unless we fight back and give our last full ounce of devotion, there'll be nothing left to fight for. And it would become either we'll give up and let America die, or we'll fight back and many of us will die on both sides. Stand up for your country, and I hope you'll watch the next videos and find out exactly what I think. I'd like to know what you think. Thank you so much.